In Ijesha, Lagos, where the streets hummed with the pulse of the city and secrets lingered like harmattan dust, the Ogundele name carried weight. Our cream-painted bungalow stood behind rusted gates, surrounded by walls that had seen both blessings and betrayals. Inside, silence often spoke louder than voices, and for years, I, Aduni Ogundele, lived within that silence until the day my father died. They said it was an heart attack. I nodded, like the good daughter they believed I was. I wore white lace to the funeral. I read a tribute that called him a pillar, a protector, a man of truth. Was the truth? I buried that with him. It started 2 weeks before his death. I had been cleaning out the old study where I stumbled upon a stack of dusty envelopes hidden behind a worn-out encyclopedia. Each one addressed to Mama Amaka. At first, I thought they were business letters. Then I read the first line. My dearest Amaka, I still see your face every night. Our son has your eyes. I read them all. Letters dated back almost 30 years. Letters filled with longing, guilt, and love. Letters my father had written to a woman who wasn't my mother. And in every one of them, he spoke of Emeka, his secret son. My blood turned to ice. Emeka? My best friend? My almost husband? The man my father never approved of? I always thought my father's disapproval was rooted in pride, tribalism, or maybe the fear of losing me. But now I knew the truth. He didn't hate Emeka, he feared him because Emeka was his son. I confronted him that night. His eyes, usually cold and stern, widened with something I've never seen before. Terror. I was protecting you, he gasped. Then he collapsed, one hand gripping his chest, the other reaching for me. He died before he could say another word. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I stood there, numb, staring at a man I thought I knew and felt nothing but betrayal. That night, I burned the letters, not for him, for my mother. She deserved peace in her old age. At the funeral, I stood before hundreds, my voice steady as I praised a man I barely recognized anymore. I called him a man of legacy, a man of principle. I lied with grace and buried him with honor. But truth has a way of rising. 3 days after the burial, Emeka returned from Port Harcourt. His eyes carried the same questions I had buried with the ashes of those letters. Why did your father hate me? He asked softly. I smiled. It was just one of those things, Emeka. Let it go. He nodded, but I saw it in his eyes. He didn't believe me. Then came the knock at the gate. A woman stood there, dark-skinned, regal, worn by time but not defeated. I am Mama Amaka, she said, stepping past me like the house still belonged to her. She walked into the parlor like she knew every corner, like she had once built dreams here. And then, with the voice of a woman who had been silent for too long, she spoke. I was his wife and Emeka is his son. The room tilted. My mother stared, her hands trembling. My younger brother, Tolu, clenched his jaw. And me? I felt the earth had shifted beneath my feet. But the nightmare wasn't done yet. That night, Tolu called me outside. You knew, he said. I nodded. You protected him even after what he did to you? I looked at him, stunned. How did you? I was 10. I heard you crying in the guest room that year Mama was in the hospital. I froze. My mind flashed back to the night I had locked myself in that room, bleeding, broken, afraid. I thought maybe I imagined it, he continued. But after seeing Mama Amaka and those letters, I know I didn't. We stood in silence. The weight of pain passed down like family heirlooms. Then he dropped the real bomb. I want the land in Badagry, he said, or I tell everything to the press, to Emeka, to Mama. I stared at my little brother, my blood, and wondered when he had turned into a stranger. You think blackmailing me will free you? I asked. I think the truth will. And then he walked away. 2 days later, I stood at our father's grave, not with flowers, not with prayers, but with a stone. I placed it gently on the headstone, not as a token of love, but a marker of memory, a memory I would never let soften. I didn't come to forgive you, I said quietly. I came so you would hear me one last time, because even in death, you don't deserve silence. I paused, brushing dust off the engraved name. You tore us apart with secrets, but I won't let your sins define me. Not anymore. Then I turned to walk away, but I heard footsteps behind me. Slow, measured, familiar. I turned. It was Emeka. He didn't say a word, just handed me a half-burnt letter, one I thought I had destroyed. I found this in the compound. Why didn't you tell me? I opened my mouth, but no words came. And behind him, 2 policemen stood. Madam Adoni Ogundele, one of them said, you are under investigation for suppressing legal evidence and fraud. My heart stopped. I had buried a man. I had buried a lie. But the truth refused to stay dead.